I going to do if the books are stolen? They're like my kids to me.
Oh my, are you telling me you want my children already? What would everybody say if my first time was with a miniature dachshund?
Hey, it's KB again. And I already know what you guys are gonna say. This is the third awful anime video. I don't care. To that, I say, y'all are the ones who keep eating it up. And I am eternally grateful that torturing myself with these animes actually paid off. And for anyone new, liking and subscribing would be greatly appreciated. Now, imagine you were just going on with your normal life. You love to read, and you decide to spend your afternoon at a restaurant reading. That is, until the place gets robbed. You defend this poor woman with your life, and unfortunately, you actually lost it. Luckily for you, you get a second chance at life, as a dog. And the woman you saved finds you. You and her go on awesome adventures together, with major hints of her liking you, a dog. However, that's just in the background, and not relevant until the final episode. And that is the plot of this anime, Dog and Scissor. Dog and Scissor aired for only 12 episodes, and was even kind enough to get an English dub. So, how does this show begin? Episode 1 begins with us meeting our main character, Kazuhito, who lives alone because his family moved, and he didn't want to come with them to read books. He is a very avid reader and loves this one specific author, Akiyami. As I previously said, he dies, and his final wish was to read the book.
No. There's still books I want to read.
Really, nigga?
Normally, when people die, the final wish is that they wish they spent more time with their loved ones or friends, but his was just to read the book. He gets reincarnated as a dog, and this lady kidnaps him. It is then revealed that the woman he saved is actually the author to his favorite book series. They yap a bit, I mean literally yap.
Time to die. Stop your yapping, or I'll cut it.
And the woman, Kirihime, can actually read his mind? How is this possible? I don't know. They don't explain it. After a while of arguing, threatening, and trying to seduce the dog, she just calls it a day and lets Kazu live with her while they investigate the man who killed him. While they're investigating, they find the murderer and get into one big fight. But Kirihime is losing. Why is she losing? Because the murderer is using her books as defense. Everyone loves books in this anime, apparently. Kazu doesn't do shit to help but bark and run around, and Kirihime has to try her best to beat up this murderer, which she manages to do in the end. The killer's motivation was just wanting to read books, which apparently caused him to kill a man. Kirihime gives Kazu the choice to end his life, but Kazu spares him because he likes books?
Come on, why'd you do that?
He's a book lover, like me.
This nigga corny as fuck.
She just lets it go, and on the way home, Kazu gets worried because they left the house unlocked while investigating, and we get this clip of...
What am I going to do if the books are stolen? They're like my kids to me.
Oh my, are you telling me you want my children already? What would everybody say if my first time was with a miniature dachshund?
The next episode starts with Kazu remembering his sister and the good times they had. Kirihime's editor comes to the house, and she's very, very weird. But she can also read the dog's mind too, and does this to make him really uncomfortable. After doing a very bad job of clearing Kirihime's writer's block, Kazu and her catch wind of yet another serial killer. It's like they're popping up everywhere. They go to investigate, and Kazu actually ends up getting kidnapped. Now, how would you think someone would go about kidnapping a dog with the wits, mind, and smarts of a human? Surely it would have to be an elaborate trap that could trick almost anyone she planted the book.
Do Akiyama's books really have something to do with all of this? Awesome. I'll read this until Natsuno finishes chasing that guy.
Really, nigga?
The person who kidnapped Kazu actually turns out to be his little sister, and she missed him so dearly, like very, very dearly. She was so sad Kazu didn't come with them when they moved, but now they're gonna be together forever and ever. Thankfully, Kirihime finds him, and she's jealous instead of being concerned.
So, who was that stupid little girl you were with?
What are you talking about, Natsuno?
I'm asking who you were flirting and spending all that time with over at that little apartment of yours.
It gets to a point. But Kazu calls her out for being weird, and my favorite part about the show is that Kazu is always just saying what the audience is thinking, and it's really funny. Anywho, his sister finds them, but they escape. Kirihime thinks the serial killer is actually Kazu's sister, with her motivation being Kazu going missing. However, in the middle of discussing this, the sister actually comes, grabs Kazu, and jumps out the window.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new...
This is one of the funniest animes. Honestly, the English dub is amazing. Kirihime catches up to them, fights, and at the end they just kind of become bros. I wish it was that easy in real life. So, it turns out that his sister was not the killer, and they go back to investigating. In between discovering the killer, oh lord, Kirihime loses her bra and has Kazu, the dog, sniff her breast to find it. This whole episode basically is filler, but next up on the story, they're at the inn, and God Almighty, Kazu's crazy ass sister is there. Thank the Lord. But they don't have any problems this time, because now they're all chill. So they go in the inn, all hang out, go in the hot spring, and everything is going well, until the chefs of the restaurant all surround them and get to fighting. I'm sensing the pattern of slice of life episode and then some random fight scene at the end. After that, they get home and realize someone broke into their crib. They realize this because Kazu can smell the arrangements of books being changed with his nerdy ass. He checks all the books and there was a new one added that Kirihime didn't have. They go outside to investigate and eventually find the culprit, torture him with BDSM, and his motivation was that her books were so trash and so awful, it pissed him off. You know, that's how I'm gonna start treating some of my favorite manga authors. Kiki, can I catch you? Next up, they go on with the day, and Kazu finds his friend. They catch up a bit, but his friend was actually evil, and the whole reason why the break-in and the chefs attacking them happened was because she brainwashed them with her writing. I don't know how that works, don't ask me. Kirihime catches up, and her and the girl have a write-off to see who is the better author, because Kazu's friend also writes. It's intense. I mean, midway, Kirihime gets mind-controlled as a writer with her bare teeth, but she wins in the end, and they resolve all the beef they had. With everything wrapped up, I put on the last episode curious of what'll happen next, and I was in for a treat. It starts off with Kirihime's editor tweaking the fuck out and wanting to cure Kirihime's writer's block, by any means possible. Kazu tells her just to relax, but the editor laces Kirihime's drink with some special substance. She drinks it and becomes a whole different person. Like, nice. If only it was that easy, but this not only made her nice, but freaky.
Mr. Harumi, are you proposing to me?
What?
I want to take this opportunity to wish you the best in your new life together.
We're going a bit too far. Shorty deadass fell in love with the dog, and apparently all these jokes weren't jokes. She even dreams of them getting married, and Kazu is not fucking with it. Thankfully, unlike some animes I've watched, they don't end up together, and Kirihime sobers up, but it's still left open of her liking the dog. And then, it ends. Dog and Scissor is probably the weirdest, funniest, and entertaining shows I've watched. The English dub is hilarious, and no one takes it seriously. It has some BS moments in it, but the action is good. The only weird part is that the dog and girl, but it's not really the main part of the story, thankfully. Alright, I'm gonna watch these animes now.